Reaction of the team over the last few days?
Of course, heard about a loss. We took Thursday off. We practiced yesterday. Had a solid practice, but of course they're upset about it. We didn't play as well as we were capable of playing, and that's the result. We got to continue to get better from it. Now it's day 2 of our practicing.
Coach, you said yesterday on the radio that some of the guys some of them have a tendency to maybe get down by some of the stuff they hear or read, or is it kind of an attempt to maybe just pull the focus in and have them not paying attention to outside stuff right now?
Well, I mean, that's just human nature. We talk about that all the time. I talk about that in the summertime, whether that's whatever type talk, but just focus on the task at hand, continue to improve as a basketball player. You can't get consumed with it, but that's good or bad. You focus on what you need to do to be successful. So that's part of being a young guy. I tried to stay away from it as a young guy. It was hard to. I mean, it's just part of it.
You had said you thought about changing up the lineup. Have you and the other coaches decided anything on that?
Oh, we hadn't made a decision, but we look at all options. We looked at them, probably 2 weeks ago, trying to weigh all your options just to get off to a better start. But you try to assess and figure out the best way to get off to a good start. But for us, it's on both ends of the floor. It's not just getting a better offensive flow, but also have the right chemistry on the defensive side as well.
Coach, you mentioned talking to each other on one end of the court. Is that this deep into the season? Is that typically something you still be a problem? Because I know it's something you emphasize a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's the previous 2 years, same thing. Getting guys to communicate better. Because some guys, they understand, they know what it's supposed to be, but it's just that verbal communication as well. And we got to do a better job with that. Some guys just quiet by nature. Got to get those guys more vocal, and they're getting better at it.
We talked earlier a little bit about this home stretch here. After the first game of the home stretch, how important are these next few games?
They're very important. Because home games, I mean, you want to take care of your home court, and that's the most important thing. You try to protect your home court, and we let one slip. And you got to get ready for the second game of your home court stretch. And most important, take care of your home court, play the way you're capable of playing on both ends of the floor for 40 minutes.
You talk about that next game coming up against Moorhead, a team that put up 120 points in their last game against lower competition, South Dakota, but is that a concern anytime a team can put up 120 points in a game? And
I've said it before, 120 points is 120 points. If a guy scores 40 points in the game, it's still 40 points. He shot it on the same rim. So I was always concerned with they get out and run the ball, they'll push it, they'll press a little bit, they'll zone, do different things. But for us, and I say it to our guys all the time, it's doing what Tennessee knows what to do, and that's the most important thing. You have different type of opponents. Some guys present certain things, different matchups, but we got to consume ourselves with ourselves in order for us to be successful.
How do you get Antonio Barton kind of contributing more and playing more of a bigger role with this team?
I think for him, just making shots. Once he get in the rhythm, he's making shots and he's fine. I think that's with anybody. You're talking about Robert, Darius, those guys. Once they make shots, because they're doing some good things when you watch film. But when you don't make shots, that's for any guys that make shots, normally make shots. When you don't make them, you start to think about it. You start to doubt yourself. And that's just human nature. We just got to get those guys that knock a couple down.
Have you stressed to them, if you don't make that shot, how do you keep them still motivated to go play defense?
Keep shooting. What you got to do. But see, the one thing I talk to our guys about all the time, I think we were 3 for 24 from the three-point line. And I went back and watched film. Probably 6 of those shots were probably quick, a little too deep on the three-point line. But other than that, they were wide open looks. You got to take those shots. After the game, I told Robert, Darius, Antonio, keep shooting the ball. You got to stay aggressive. You got to stay assertive. Because when they give you those type of opportunities, you got to be ready to knock them down.
Is there anything you guys can do? Because it's not just been this game. You kind of struggled all season from three. I think I looked up and you guys are 269th in the nation right now in three-point shooting percentage. Is there anything you can do that kind of gets that going, or is it just a matter of time before they start falling?
Well, hopefully it's a matter of time before they fall. Because, again, when we work on it in practice, we spend a lot of time on it. I think one of the biggest things not to think about is shoot the ball when you're open, because the next guy, I would imagine they'll present the same matchups. They'll sag on our big guys, make our perimeter guys make shots, but step up and knock them down. I mean, that's the best way to do it. Shoot the ball, knock it down with confidence.
Coach, is it unusual to have, you had 2 guys in Jardell and Jerron, who both had double-doubles, and then, Jordy scores double digits, and it's still kind of, is it unusual to have 3 guys play that well and still not really, do that much on offense?
I mean, just, the thing I told our guys, if there's any plus about that, you shoot under 30% at home, and you lose by, I think, 6 or 7 points at home. We did a great job in stretches of defending. We got to defend from start to finish. We got to execute from start to finish. But yeah, it is. When you have 3 guys that play the way they played, I just think it came down to a case of you dug yourself a deep hole, and in the second half, NC State made enough plays to win the game.
Do you still feel like Jerron's get better? I mean, he looked to have more lift, explosion in that one the other night.
I think so. I think he's getting better. I thought that was the one game he posted more aggressively, especially in the second half. He was looking for the ball, very assertive. But Javon's a competitive basketball player. He wanted to be successful. He wanted our team to win games. But I thought he did a better job in the second half of being very aggressive. But I think for our bigs on the defensive side of the ball, we got to get better rotation, cutting off the baseline, and doing a better job in boxing out.
After the game, Jordan had said, he's taking the shots, and one of the things he noticed was that we got to get more people involved. Have you guys worked on that at all this week during practice before this game?
Oh yeah, they got to be more than anything. They got to be aggressive. They got to be assertive. As we go back and watch film, they have the looks. And again, I'm not a coach that stress the guys. You miss shots, stop shooting. You got to keep shooting the ball. You got to be ready. And the biggest key is getting in the gym on your own, shooting shots. A lot of guys came in last night, got shots up on their own, and that's what it takes because those opportunities present themselves. I think our guys will be ready to knock them down again in the future.
Jordan.